Roger, ready, watch the game.
USA BMX, where everyone rides.
Will there ever be a world where powerful meets empowering, where renewable meets doable, where sustainable meets attainable? For us, that world doesn't just exist, it thrives. At Avangrid, we're leading and investing in America's reliable clean energy transformation through our electric grids and over 70 wind and solar facilities. By creating power-positive change today, we're striving for a better, brighter tomorrow. Avangrid, where energy meets humanity.
Welcome back to NOAC Tonight. We are so excited to welcome another member of the Scouting America Key 3 to the show.
Joining us now is Brad Tilden. He's the National Chair of the Scouting America and the former CEO of Alaska Airlines.
Brad, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Can you explain to our viewers the role of the National Key 3 and specifically your role as National Chair?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you very, very much for having me. It's a beautiful setting, the beautiful mountains, and congratulations on a fantastic NOAC so far. But yeah, the national board is structured the same way almost all the councils are structured. There's the chief executive officer and the chief scout executive. That's Roger Crone. He's an employee that's really executing the plan and running the operation. I think you might have had him on your show a couple days ago.
Yes, sir.
Scott Sorrells is the national commissioner, so he's really responsible for unit morale and engagement and sort of firing up the troops. And I'm the board chair. And the board chair doesn't really have any responsibilities other than convening the board. And the board's a 47-person body, and they're really the governing body. So you call board meetings, you create agendas, you put information in front of the board like, should we change our name to Scouting America, or should we have a new branding campaign, or do we want to have a different type of mixed troops? Questions like that go to the board, and we try to find consensus of the board and find a direction. So, but we try as hard as we can to work closely together. I'm a volunteer role, Scott's a volunteer, Roger's full-time. We try to work together and move this fantastic organization forward.
That's really awesome to hear more about what y'all do on the day-to-day.
Yeah, that's super cool. All right, so the organization recently announced its plans to transition to Scouting America. What excites you most about that move?
You know, the name change has gotten almost all of the attention going to Scouting America, and I don't really think that's not how a lot of us thought of it beforehand. We thought of it as really, we're coming, all of the stuff that's behind us, we're girls in the program now, we're 18% girls and women in the program. We're out of bankruptcy. We're moving forward. It's time to grow. Every single kid in this country can be in the program. And so one of the outside firms said, you know, a great way to get people to reconsider a movement is to change the name. And so Scouting, we're 18% girls. Scouting America fully covers girls. And we'll be more. We'll be, don't want to put limits on it, but we'll be 20, 30, 40% girls 20, 30, 40 years from now. So it's a better name for us going forward. And a new name sort of invites people to look at who are the scouts today, what are they doing today. People might have looked at this 20 years ago and said, I don't want to be in that organization. And today, I personally think everyone can support us. All we stand for is good things, getting your kid off the couch, off their phone, outdoors, learning grit and perseverance and resilience. I think what this organization does is really, really good, and we deserve to be supported by corporations and philanthropies and organizations, and I think the name change is going to give us a chance to go out and tell that story.
I can firmly say scouting has changed my personal life, and I think the direction this program is taking is absolutely phenomenal.
Good. Thanks for saying that. Do your friends agree with you?
They do.
Are any of you say? Did any of them say, "I can't believe those morons did that"?
Oh well, I mean, they'll just have to get over themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so talking about where the program was way back when and where it is today, I know you've been involved for more than 50 years.
Yeah.
So how does the organization compare today to when it was in your youth?
It's a really good question. I was just talking to another gentleman over here. I think the kids are the same or better or something than we were. I mean, politics change or something. The outside world changes, but the basic idea is the program is inherently really good. I think giving kids responsibility at a crazy early age, letting them set their tent up at 11 or 12 years old and fail and freeze to death and get wet overnight. Or
Many times.
you got to bring ground beef for spaghetti and you forget to, so you have spaghetti sauce. You have tomato sauce, not spaghetti. I mean, I think that stuff is kind of magic. And advancement and the Scout Law, I think that stuff, to answer your question, Emma, hasn't changed at all. We have positioned it. It was a boy program when I was in it as a kid, and now it's I'm really proud of that. Every single kid in this country can come and be here, be safe, and grow, and get tools they really need to succeed in the world today.
Yes, sir. And what are some of your most memorable scouting moments?
You know, I have so many. I was that kid that didn't set the tent up properly and had, a river going down on the left side and the right side at night. But I was on our summer camp staff for 4 years, and I just loved every minute of that. And I was a counselor for Cooking Merit Badge or Pioneering Merit Badge or the sports director, and we worked for young people, kind of like the OA. Very, very much like the OA. Lots of responsibilities, but I don't know, it was fun.
Yeah.
I learned a lot.
Most definitely. I think those moments have taught me the same things. I know the same is true for you too, Emma, right? And as we've mentioned, you're the former chair and CEO of Alaska Air.
Yeah.
How'd your time in scouting help prepare you for those future roles?
In a huge way is all I can say. I was really blessed. Alaska Airlines is a fantastic company. We've won lots. Our people have won lots of awards. We were J.D. Power Award for 12 years in a row for best airline, and it's I don't know. I think scouting in OA really models this, but to try to take the back seat and let other people get out there and get the credit for doing great. And I don't know. I think almost every success I had in life either came from having a great family, great parents, or things I learned in Scouts. And I think we call it Scout within Scout Law. It's not explicitly leadership, but a lot of it is around leadership. But that stuff is golden. I mean, it's just a terrific set of values, and it's compass to guide people. And I don't know, I leaned on it throughout my career, but a lot when I was CEO of Alaska Airlines.
Most definitely. Those morals of scouting are definitely what I base my life on, and so many of all the airmen inside this arena tonight, I know they do the same as well.
Yeah.
So.
And I have a quick question. So since you're a pilot, did you fly yourself to NOAC?
I did.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The airplane is Rocky Mountain Metro Airport. It's a few miles from here. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's pretty sweet. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah, so the theme of NOAC is Seek New Heights.
Yeah.
How would you like to challenge our viewers at home to seek new heights?
It's a great question. I think life is all about growth. And I'm way older than you guys, but one of the things society does is, hey, you grow when you're young and you get old and you quit growing. And I don't know. When I hear that, Emma, I just think keep growing all the time. Wake up, try to meet someone, try to understand the world from their perspective. Try to learn something, try to read something you haven't read before. Read something that was written by someone that you disagree with, right? To try to just you can sort of get in a tunnel and just get a smaller and smaller and smaller aperture. And I think Seek New Heights says, open it up. And the person that's going to benefit from that is you. Your life will be so much richer if you do that.
Yeah.
I think it's so important to always keep growing in whatever you do in life.
Well, you guys are great examples of that. You're in college now, or you're about to start. You're both about to start.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What are you guys going to do?
Secondary education, so work with young people like people in
Middle
Scouts.
school?
Maybe. That's a lot to ask of me. That's a big,
My
big
daughter
ordeal.
does that. That's hard work.
Well, God bless her soul.
Exactly
So,
right.
And I'm going into business administrations.
Like, would it be like I did accounting or marketing, management, HR?
I'm not 100% decided right now, but I'd move on through college. I'm going to narrow that down more.
She'll have a lot more peace of mind than I will. That's all I know.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully.
Old people like me will ask you to just have fun and figure it'll come to you.
Okay.
Don't feel the need to answer the question before it's time.
it's great advice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, speaking of advice, what's one piece of advice you would like to give to airmen here and at home?
Everyone says it, but I would just say, I like to explain this, but I think people can take a lot more risk with their lives than they think. But it's not like most of the advice your parents gave you on what you put into your body and the friends you hang around with and all that. That's really, really good advice. But like career advice, if you really want to be a doctor, go try to be a doctor. It's like don't don't put limits on yourself because you think you might not be able to do it. I'll give you an example. I really wanted to be a pilot, but I just didn't think I wanted to be a professional pilot, and I just didn't think it would happen. So I didn't go down that path, and I thought I could be an accountant, so that's the path I went down. And I would just tell young people out there to don't put limits on yourself. It doesn't. They might say everyone getting into something school has a blah point blah GPA, and maybe most of them do. But if you really want to do it, just keep going for it and try to do it, because you can't do everything you want, but you can do a lot of it. And you'll have a very rich and happy life if you go for it. If you sort of give up and never try, it's don't do that is what I would say.
Sure. Be like Brad, guys. Be at home. Be like Brad. Don't limit yourself, and maybe you'll end up flying yourself to NOAC one day, too.
Brad does lots of dumb things. Don't be like Brad, but do go for it.
Brad Tilden, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on our show tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks very much. Good luck to all you out there.
Thank you.
We have time for one more visit inside the CU Event Center. Let's head down to the floor and check in with Preston and Zeke. Preston, how's it going down there?
Hey guys, I'm in the middle of the arena with everyone around me. People are singing, they're dancing, they're having a great time. Now, I'm joined with the Lodge Chief of Weotava Lodge, and they have some pretty cool spirit. They have also like a cape and some pretty funny hat. So let me ask you, what's y'all's theme of this NOAC?
What's my favorite? NOAC?
What's your theme for the NOAC?
So our theme for the NOAC is mythical creatures, and this goes with our mythical creature set. You know, our Cog Knight, which is our mascot, has a cloak, and we added onto it, and we have our Cog hats, which are our helmets.
Awesome. Now I have one more really quick question for you. You're a Lodge Chief, so you went to Project 5430 today. What did you learn from that can help you in your position as a Lodge Chief?
So as a Lodge Chief, a couple things I learned are how to accommodate for other people in the OA and reach out to them. And also just in general, how to be with the new mission purpose of the OA and use that in our new ruling of our lodge.
That's awesome. Those are some really important skills, and I'm glad you learned them. I know your lodge will be better for it. Thank you so much. Over to you, Zeke.
All right, so I'm down here with another person showing some spirit. We got Grace from Crazy Horse Lodge. So, Grace, tell us the significance behind the horse hats here for this NOAC.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, so what is the significance behind the horse hats for this NOAC?
So our lodge is Crazy Horse Lodge, and we decided to start going with the totem of the horse. We thought it was really fun. All the youth in our lodge are really enjoying it, and we just thought it was a great way to show off who we are as a lodge.
All right, last question. So this is the mission show. What made you come to NOAC this year?
So I'm the lodge chief for our lodge, and I really wanted to bring my contingent here and help lead them here, because there were a lot of new scouts that have not been able to go to NOAC yet. And so to be able to lead that, having gone to a NOAC and knowing what it's like, was very important to me.
Absolutely amazing. Well, thank you very much. Show's about to start. We'll go enjoy the show and send it back up to Emma and Elijah one last time.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of NOAC Tonight. I'm Emma Wright.
And I'm Elijah Aiken, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.